George Boston Rhines, and I want to say this for him to be a good person. And I have no doubts about him because I read in the Bible where it says flesh and the fruit of the spirit will tell us what kind of person that stands before us. And so last night I listened to the president down the Democrats and used words like wacko and crazy and gone berserk, this type of thing. You know, it's sad that our country has stooped to these low levels beneath the belly button of Satanists and evil and wickedness. For instance, did you notice how he talked about Democrats and Republicans? And I believe in my heart of hearts that Donald Trump got relative members that are Democrats. I believe he may even have some children or grandchildren who may be Democrats. And for him to call Democrats these dirty names, I just can only imagine what his family members must, based upon the way he criticized a choice of the American people being Democrat, Republican, Independent, or Green Party. It just don't make sense at all. And what even is more sickening to watch senators and House representatives act as if though what he says has no impact on our type of government and how our nation is perceived around the world. So as I close this video out, Mr. President, I want you to understand what you're doing. You are showing us that you don't even care about your own family members who are Democrats. And I know you have some Democrats in your family. I know you do. And if not, you have some neighbors that are Democrats. You have some doctors maybe that are Democrats. You have some uh, uh, filling station owners and business owners that are Democrats. And for you to make a statement about all Democrats like you're doing, it just don't make sense. But we don't blame you for that, Mr. President. I think we should blame is the people that are surrounding you, Mr. President, and hear you talk like that, man. From based upon what you are saying, you should not, if you're a Democrat, you should not go to a Republican doctor. If you're a Republican, you should not buy your car from a Democratic dealership. If you're independent, you should not buy anything from a Green Party. You should not even go to shop at a business if you know the owner is a different party, political party than you. In fact, you should not be assigned a room in the armed forces in the military unless you have a roommate that are Republican just like you. And when you get on the battlefield to fight the enemy, regardless of whoever the enemy may be, if they are not a Republican, then you should not go into combat to fight to defend this country because he's not of the same political party. You out there. Yes, daughters, Democrats, Republicans, Green Party, and Independents have all put their life on the line to defend this country. And the venom that you is a disgrace, Mr. President. It's a disgrace to all who serve in and around the White House, in the House, and in the Senate. And what even is more sickening is for elected officials to agree with you in all the hateful venom that you are spewing out, Mr. President. Mr. President, unless you possess the fruits of the Spirit, unless you exemplify love, joy, long suffering, humility, patience, and the like, you cannot profess to be a good person or a righteous person or a person who loved the teachings of Jesus, Mr. President. Mr. President, the works of the flesh of the wickedness of man is envy, lust, hate, envy, jealousy, strife, adultery, all the fornication, all these are the bad things. I hope, Mr. President, that fall from your tree is love, joy, etc., etc. Because that's the only way we can know you, Mr. President. We know you by the fruits that fall from your tree. Mr. President, when will you accept the realities of who you are, man? The senators that embrace you, do they have love? Do they have joy? Do they have peace? Do they have long suffering? Do they want for their neighbors and their neighbors' children the same thing they want for themselves and their own children? You have a nice day, Mr. President. From time to time, I'll be coming back to talk to you based on the scriptures that I know little about. But then again, I'm a Democrat. Peace be unto you. Peace be unto you, man. I love you, man, because I know that in the end, truth, right, and justice gonna win because God ordained that to be. Bye bye. Okay.